Well, afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the weekly race here on Speed Gaming 2 of Super Metroid Randomizer. I'm here and I'm joined by TG Derp and Tracy on tracking, I believe. So thanks for joining me, guys.
Yo, it me.
And we do have what hopefully will be an interesting one because we don't actually know what we're going to get. It's going to be kind of a secret randomizer at the moment. We'll be able to figure it out eventually, but potentially could be, from what I hear, chozo, could be your regular major minor, could even be full. Any of them could have some boss thrown in there, boss randomizers. So
Yeah.
hopefully, we get something interesting out of it and we have a lot of fun here.
Yeah, so there is a there's a 50-50 chance that this is also a boss rando on top of it still being an unknown type of rando.
Yeah.
So pretty fun stuff. I'm excited. We'll be starting shortly.
Do
And
you I guess I should have asked, but do you know if Tracy threw in any kind of playoff logic, or do you think it's just standard?
I'm not sure what kind of logic. I think it's playoff logic.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, we got the playoffs going on, so that would make sense. That
Yeah,
either.
I believe Zeb is still our bottom right runner is still in the Rando League playoffs. Of course, Pizza and Zeb also both will be participating in the Dash Rando Invitational. That will be happening on January 18th, I believe.
Oh,
Not
okay.
sure.
They got their spots
Somewhere
from
around there.
the qualifiers.
I guess it's not an invitational if they had to qualify for it. So, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah. I saw there were a couple of qualifier races going on. I didn't hear all the results though, so I don't know who's
Yeah,
all in it.
unfortunately, I could only do one qualifier and I got fifth. And top
Oh
four
no.
qualified. It was rough, but I'm washed up anyways.
Well, you know what they say now. Now that you're all washed up, you get to do commentary and teach, or however that saying goes.
Yep, I can be the brains on the in the casting couch.
But we do have a start here from our on-stream runners. Looks like we have Old Man Sunshine, Pizza, Alfonso, and Zeb. So a couple of good runners, and hopefully, we'll have some good racing here. And the first item will may tell us a little bit about the seed, and it's not Chozo, or I'm sorry, yeah, not Chozo, because it's not Morph Ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's the case. I don't know if playoff logic changed that though, because with that they can get to Terminator. I'm not totally sure how the
I th-
logic works.
yeah, I think that Chozo is always Morph, but I'm not 100% sure.
It was
Could be
always
wrong.
morph during the season logic for sure. I guess we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
It's either major, minor, or full. Looks like
Oh,
major, minor with how the items are coming up.
yeah, that's interesting. E-Tank in the ceiling, doesn't that mean full rando? Because the major minor would have to be Morph in the ceiling?
That is true. Well, they can get to Terminator still with Screw Attack.
Okay.
But I think you're right that it has to be major minor. I
Oh,
think?
well, I guess Tracy in chat is saying
Or it
late
has to be.
morph is on, so I guess we don't know.
Oh, that's just a setting that late morph can
Yeah,
be a
I
thing. So
guess so.
yeah, we just don't know. It could be any of the three.
But that's still cool. We don't know yet. See what happens. We got a missile pack down in old Mother Brain.
Yep, that missile still doesn't tell us anything.
Nope. So pretty
And
much everybody remembering to grab that, or at least check it, trying to get some info.
yeah, all that's open right now is a Terminator and the front of Gauntlet, I believe, can be
Okay.
accessed with just Screw Attack. So I imagine the runners will probably be going to Terminator first. No need to risk a scary gauntlet check when you don't have quite the optimal ability to.
Yeah, I liked Pizza doing the standard strat, shooting the pirates, doing and even though he has screw attack basically. So did finally switch to screw attack afterwards, but
Well,
another energy tank still tells us nothing, right?
technically, there is a couple more items they can check. They can actually make it all the way to Big Pink. It looks like Pizza is not going to go check Gauntlet, while Zeb is.
And Alfonso looks like he's heading to Gauntlet too. So right side Gauntlet, left side heading down so far.
Yeah, the runners can't check the back of early supers or the reserve, but they can check the missile under the bridge. So it's
Yeah,
possible that's Morph. And then they can obviously just reload the room and do the mock ball for the rest of the items back there.
yeah. Let's see what we get.
And there is
nothing?
nothing, actually.
What setting is that?
I know that used to be a thing in the Desi randos where some, like, it was full rando and some of the items were just empty.
Huh.
So
Yeah, it's looking
Zeb
sort
needs
of
to be
like
careful.
full.
He gets grabbed and held in the acid for a bit. Looks like he's about through into the front of Gauntlet. We'll see what he gets. And it is Morph.
Ball.
So that is bad news for Pizza, who finds
sure.
a reserve tank that he does not opt to pick up.
And with that morph location, I guess we're still undecided because that is a Chozo statue, so we could still be in Chozo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Unfortunately, Pizza doesn't find anything good in Big Pink, so he will have to go backtrack to Gauntlet. A little bit
Yeah.
unfortunate, but he does have the knowledge. And Zeb is doing some thinking as he decides where to go next with Morph. Still doesn't have any kind of bomb items, so there's still a few items he can't check.
Not
like
even
230
any.
missiles in charge.
Yeah, no super missiles either, so can't check like the moat or anything like that. So I'm gonna probably have to head down kind of the standard Brinstar route, I imagine.
Okay, so Weish is saying in chat that the energy and ammo quantities aren't going to be vanilla, and that's why there's empty item slots, because the items that would be ammo are just not there.
Wow.
Which, once again, doesn't really tell us anything.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But that's interesting as well.
That power bomb, that means it's full, right? Well, full or Chozo. It can't be major minor anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
It can still be Chozo because there is a power bomb pack in a Chozo statue in Chozo logic.
Yep. And that power bomb's also really good for
so this right here, if I remember correctly, it's actually not a soft lock because you can wiggle out. If you press L or R like in the middle of your wiggle, and it stops the turnaround animation. It's a soft lock going one direction, but not the other. I forget which is which, but either way, Old Man Sunshine is just going to reset.
Yeah.
It's actually a soft lock I haven't seen for a while because with most of the logic, it's been early morph. Nice mock ball there by Zeb. I want to give a shout out to mock balling back through 230. It's pretty tough.
Yeah. And it looks like Old Man did take a save, so not going to lose too much time there. And we did see a wave beam over there for Zeb, so it was on a Chozo statue. We still don't know, but
we still don't know. I'm kind of surprised Zeb isn't going like meme route almost, like to check all the items he couldn't in Blue Brinstar. But this is what he's decided to do. Also gets to check back of Gauntlet, so this will give us more information potentially. And he sees 2 super packs, and he is definitely going to go back for those. Or not. Never mind. I'm a liar, as usual.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long way for supers. He at least knows where they are if he doesn't get a super pack in Brinstar, but he's got a lot of checks left in Brinstar now that he has Morph Ball and Power Bombs. So
So one little thing to note is that Old Man Sunshine did not get the Old Mother Brain missiles, so he still doesn't have as much to access that the other runners do.
mm,
And meanwhile, Alfonso has decided to go down to Blue Brain Star. Does find super missiles in the Chozo statue, so once again, we still have no idea. Ooh, Zeb is lacking in ammo, so can't go check the reserve yet.
yeah, he'll get it in a
Ooh.
second. Oh, an old man. Oh, another Power Bomb in an early supers location there, but he did get the missile drops to open this door. So here's no Chozo statue. Let's see what it has. And an E-Tank.
E-Tank.
Okay.
There's a lot of E-Tanks
Nice.
there,
Wow.
actually. Yeah, if I had to guess, I think this is a Chozo seed. And Zeb is going to show off a little bit, do this little screw attack check.
Wow, and he
So
hits it
if
really
you're
quickly.
aiming down, you will always stand up when you land. And so with that, you can do another little spin jump and break that block with screw attack. Really nice knowledge of rando tech by Zeb. That's a pretty rarely used trick. I think it was required a couple times in season 1, but not super known.
And I missed Alfonso was up in Billy Mays, but I missed what was up there. Any did you happen to catch?
Looks like power bombs,
Power
judging by
bombs?
his ammo
Oh yeah.
count.
True. He's got a lot.
He's got a couple. Okay, so Zeb is gonna check the under the bridge. Once again, if there's anything major here, this will confirm it is full.
Another pack of supers for Alfonso. So he's him and Pizza are both getting the benefit of the early supers here, and Alfonso actually going to take that meme route you were talking about a minute ago. And
Yeah,
kind of clear it
unfortunately,
out.
he didn't check 230, so he doesn't have the wave beam, which is actually it's not super big, but it is a nice luxury item to have that Alfonso will just not have.
Yeah.
But he'll be okay. I didn't see what Zeb got at the under the bridge supers.
Yeah, I might have missed it myself as well.
Oh, actually, he
But
didn't get anything because he didn't have a super missile. Luckily, he does find one at the Etikun power bomb,
yeah, so
so
we'll get to see
all
him
is
go back
good.
around.
So he didn't get punished for not getting those supers at the back of Gauntlet. And
Oh
there
wow.
is the gravity suit for Alfonso and Pizza.
That's nice to get early. This is feeling like a Chozo seed. I don't know if we
Ooh, old man's about to remember that he does not have a missile and cannot check this. We'll
yeah.
see where he decides to go. I imagine he'll go back down to Blue Brain Star, maybe check Mother Brain on the way, and so he'll have his ammo that he needs. Meanwhile, Zeb checking this item. So is Pizza and Alfonso. We've got all three of our
Yeah,
three
and
of our four runners all in basically the same spot after a lot of route diversions, actually.
yeah, and they find X-ray, which is a major, so I'm still feeling the Chozo here.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
am leaning towards Chozo.
yeah, but we still don't know if it's boss rando or not. So could still have a wrinkle. And Alfonso checking wave gate here. Looked a little off,
Nothing at
but
the
that one
pipe.
looked good.
Doesn't Alfonso have wave?
No, because he didn't do 230. He's on meme route.
Oh, that's right. Wait, who
Yeah,
does have wave? I lost
Zeb.
track.
Zeb has wave, and oh, it looks like Pizza does
Okay,
too.
Pizza also has wave.
Yeah,
So it was Alfonso that didn't. He's doing a
and
little bit of a harder setup for this wave gate. Generally, what you want to do is turn around so you don't bonk that ceiling. instead of what Alfonso is trying to do, where he just moves forward a couple pixels. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's gonna have to go farm.
And I don't think anyone else really checked it, even though they had wave beams. So it kind of seems like they think that it's Chozo as well, that not being a Chozo location. And we're
Yeah,
seeing
I
pizza
imagine.
here. Oh, go ahead.
I was agreeing with you. I imagine both of the bottom runners have an idea that it's probably Chozo, and so far we haven't seen anything that would say otherwise.
Yeah,
With that spring ball at Alpha PBs.
yeah, spring ball,
And
awesome.
so, because of that, we are seeing Zeb and Pizza both go up, which is generally what you want to do in a Chozo seed, because going up to Fantoon is more valuable.
Yep, can't forget about that boss rando though. If it is randomized and Fantoon's not there, it's going to be a pretty short trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get to see here shortly, probably from our bottom runners, but you never know.
And you see Pizza not even checking the beta power bombs. He is 100% certain this is Chozo.
Yeah.
Alfonso still having some trouble with this wavegate glitch. Oh.
Yeah, he does look. I mean, I'm no expert in that one myself, but it does look like he's trying to do it in a kind of a strange way. Like his jumps just seem like he's not getting out of that door at all. I don't know what he's trying to do there, but it's a little weird. Yeah, but we do have Pizza on his wreck ship gravity.
He was
jump
going
here.
for the spring ball across the moat. Unfortunately, doesn't get it. You actually don't need the gravity jump up this, I'm pretty sure. But it's a little bit easier.
If you don't bonk your head on the platform, it is. Pizza having a little bit of trouble with it.
And Zeb is actually going to go for an early X-ray check.
Oh, well, he has a lot of E-tanks, so let's see how it works out for him. Gets a good D-boost there.
Yeah, this is looking good. He doesn't have bombs, though, so if he doesn't make this last D-boost, he gets it. Very nice. But if he didn't make that, he would have been in a lot of trouble.
Yes. But yeah, that was a good good boost and just a missile there on the Chozo statue, so not really worth it.
Well, he's gained knowledge. Looks like Pizza wasn't able to get the gravity jump either, so had to go back for the spring ball jump. Luckily, he makes it this time, and now he is on his way to the wreck ship.
Yep.
Nice little thing about gravity, so you can just run along the bottom of the ocean. It's not actually that deep for an ocean, though. It's like 20 feet. I don't know what Samus's canonical height is, but it's not that much.
Okay, and Pizza, I was just going to say, started running down immediately, but then remembers that he should probably take that save station.
Okay, so if I remember correctly,
right?
the save station being off means that it is not boss rando, because in boss rando, that save station is turned on.
Yeah.
So that is confirmation, I believe, that the bosses are vanilla.
Yeah, so he will be able to do some clearing here in wreck ship after taking out a little Fantoon. So
meanwhile, Zeb gets that high jump at Phaser, as Old Man Sunshine and Alfonso clean up the E-tanks in their Brinstar Reserve area.
So probably I would call it unfortunately. It looks like we've got just the most interesting thing happened at the beginning with that late morph. We're not going to have any suitless, and Chozos are typically pretty straightforward since we already have power bombs. And
unfortunately, Pizza is trying to do Doppler strats on Fantoon. He has to do it because he has no charge beam, but unfortunately only has 5 missiles, so doesn't actually have a great way to do it. He's gotten 3 fasts in a row though, so will we see 4?
When you don't have the missiles, you always get the fast.
Of course we see 4. Oats and Goat sends his regards.
So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a fairly straightforward chozo here, but Pizza making it a little more interesting by enraging Fantoon.
Yep, unfortunately, just a couple missiles short.
Yep. And actually, Zeb decided to go down and check out Crate here first. Interesting choice, since it seemed like he was thinking it was Chozo as well.
Well, in the event that it's a boss rando, you wouldn't want to start in wreck ship because
Yeah.
you don't get all the. Well, none of the wreck ship rooms will activate if Fantoon isn't. So, in
Yep.
the event that that's not Fantoon, you're not in a great position.
Yep.
And that's what Zeb was betting on, but unfortunately, it is vanilla bosses, so
Well, and
we'll
if
see what he
he's
decides to do from here.
It's interesting though, because what we were talking about with pizza and the save station, that I think that's really the only save station that's different in Boss Rando, if I'm remembering correctly. So Zeb still doesn't actually know until he finds another boss.
That is true. Gets that plasma beam, too. A really nice item to have.
Yeah.
So he has enough energy to do hell runs, and he is definitely skilled enough to. So we'll see what he decides to do. He has a lot of options, actually. He can decide to go up to Opernor Fair. He can even go into Meridia or just back up to the ship. And there's that second Chozo super missile at the right side supers that has
Oh
been
yeah.
changed to a Chozo item for the Fantoon boss reward.
So yeah, we have pizza here in the wreck ship checks, and that's really going to decide. I think that's going to decide the lead from the bottom racers, because obviously, if wreck ship has something good, then awesome. But if it is empty, Zeb, I imagine, will go down and have a little bit of a lead there.
It's kind of interesting that Pizza isn't checking very many minor items. He doesn't have charge beam yet, so I'm not sure why he's avoiding any minor checks, but that is what he's deciding to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that a lot in Chozo with the reduced, number of locations. People are pretty confident in getting charge, and sometimes it works out, and sometimes it still doesn't. So, Pizza definitely, I feel like, full on the Chozo charge logic here. Sees another E
Well,
tank.
we got double Chozo E-tanks here on the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's calling for hell runs for sure.
I think that's every Chozo E-tank too, because we saw one earlier at the Brinstar Reserve.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course, neither runner actually knows that the other just found another Chozo E-tank, but we do.
Yeah. We'll
So
see what
that's
Zeb
something.
does with the ice hell run here.
That means, I believe if this is a reserve, that means hell runs are in logic.
Yeah.
That's one of the other big reasons why Fantoon is so much better in Chozo, because hell runs basically can't be in logic because of how the Chozo logic works.
Oh, and
There's
grapple.
grapple beam.
So that puts the
So,
X-ray check in logic that he already did.
yep, looks like he's got his logical missiles already. Didn't actually pick him up though, so I guess he doesn't have them. But you know. Apologies if I sound a little bit sick, by the way. I had a bit of a cold over break, and I'm still recovering.
Oh, sounds good, and I think everybody did. So, or at least seemed like it here.
Oh yeah, it's that time, I suppose.
Yeah. Zeb going back into high jump, didn't he? He was already here, right?
Oh.
Wants another E tank.
Makes sense. That was actually really smart. What he did there was he saw two E-tanks, so he picked up one to check ice, and then picked up another to refill his health for hell runs. That's actually really cute from Zeb. I like that a lot.
Yeah, because that area there, the business center, it takes forever to farm energy if you do want to farm. So Yeah, that saves a lot of time too. I like
Meanwhile,
it.
we had some perfectly synced super missile pickups from our top runners. Pretty nice.
Yeah, and Alfonso decided to head to the ship as well, remembering to check the save station here
Yep.
and
And
seeing that it's off.
Pizza, meanwhile, gonna check this. If this is a reserve, then I believe hell runs are in logic, and it is.
Yeah.
So Zeb has made the right call, whether he
So
knows it or not.
yeah, so unless this is Varia right here, and it is not, yeah, Zeb is making the right call, and I would say in the lead as far as our on-stream runners go.
Well, that can't be Varia. It's not a chozo item, but you know.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
He does get another super missile, which is nice because, like I said, charge beam has not been located, and there's a lot of unnice places it can be.
Yeah. So yeah, Zeb here. We would expect to find some good stuff here in Bubble Mountain, while Alfonso starts a Fantoon fight. Alfonso not having a lot of missiles either, but at least 10 will help him out.
I wonder if we see Pizza go get the supers at the back of Gauntlet. I don't think he should, but I think he should at least check them because I don't know if he has.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
really
think.
good for the people that don't have charge, as in, well, everyone right now. But having those last two super missile packs at the end of the game that they could pick up on their way to Turian is really nice.
Yeah,
So it
yeah, we
means
do
they only
see.
need 50 theoretically, although they don't have very many normal missiles yet, which is a little bit awkward.
Yep. And we do see Zeb actually getting up to 30 supers as far as the super counts go. So if he does find Varia here in Bubble Mountain, we'll be able to take down Ridley before Charge Beam at least.
Yep, and Zeb once again showing off his rando abilities, narrowly avoiding the Spazer Beam at speed boost.
Not for lack of trying. He went up the step and everything, was ready to grab it, and
Yeah, it was last second. He made it out there.
Alfonso does take down Fantoon. Looked like a decent fight over there, and so he'll get rewarded with E-tanks.
He didn't even check the back. I'm a little bit surprised about that.
Yeah,
But I guess he's.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like we said, he knows it is Chozo at this point, so those items couldn't be major items.
Yeah, and he's going full major. It looks like so. Now,
Yeah, that is how Chozo logic works. Of course, you only need to visit Chozo statues to get to beat the seed. That's why hell runs are so rare, because you have to find every Chozo tank in order for hell runs to be in logic with the current logic.
yeah, and I guess we didn't actually talk about. So in this Chozo logic, the statues like you're seeing on Zeb's screen here, you see a missile there. There are two missiles in the major pool that goes on the Chozo statues. There are two supers and one power bomb, which makes it so that you can finish the game. And then every other major item, including like charge wave, plasma, all that, so that you can, finish it a lot easier.
Yep. Zeb has technically found both Chozo missiles at X-Ray and there.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't pick up X-Ray, which he might be regretting at this point, depending on how well his ammo collection goes. Looks like he is going down to Croc, I imagine. We'll see if he finds. He basically has to find something good at Croc. I don't think he can. Is there a Chozo item he can check in Meridia? There's Shack Tool. He can check Shack Tool.
There's Shack Tool because he has grapple, and also Croc is technically, from what I understand, in Chozo, not in Logic. Apparently, for Croc, you have to have Charge Beam in the Chozo Logic, and he hasn't found it yet. So
Yeah,
you
so
know,
Shack Tool has to have something good then, right? Unless
yeah.
I'm forgetting
But
something.
Varia could still be behind Croc. So, like, if Charge is at Shack Tool and then Croc has Varia, he could still be making a great play here. But yeah, this is an out of logic play. Very well may pay off. So we'll see what happens. I like the Crocs in
Yeah.
the chat. Way to go.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the right play regardless, but it
Yeah.
is not technically in logic.
Yep.
He's betting on if he finds something good here, and he knows the chozo logic, he can also find out that Shack Tool has charge. So that
That's
might be
true.
a little bit too big brain that for somebody in a race to be doing. Obviously, we have the benefit of watching, so we can say stuff like that. But in a race, you might not have that same train of thought. But he can technically deduce what Shack Tool is.
Yeah,
Or I guess
and
Shack Tool just has to be charged in general, right?
um
Well, no, because it can
so
be like Faria, and then or like Speed or Ice.
yeah, I mean, Croc here could have something. No, actually, I'm not sure. I think based on what we've seen, yeah, I think Shack Tool might have to be charged. I think you
Well,
might be
no,
right on
because
that.
Shack Tool can be like Speed or Ice, and then
Oh yeah,
Dragon
you're right.
Plasma can
Yeah,
be charged, or it can be Faria and Screw Attack can be charged. I
yeah, and you
think.
could still have. So yeah, you could have like Ice at Shack Tool, and then
So what it
have to
is
do Meridia for like various suit. It could be behind Dragon or something. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. So what it is if this is progression, which it is, it's Ice Beam. That means that Shack Tool is most likely charged. It could still be. It could still be Varia,
Yeah,
but
it
Shack
could.
Tool has to be some sort of progression or charge, basically. So if Zeb knows that, it's not a bad play for him to go to Shack Tool, basically.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not on this seed. So yeah, with Zeb getting ice, you think he's heading straight into Meridia then? I mean, he's not going to go down to Lower Norfair, right?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely goes to Meridian now that he can access it with ice.
Yeah. So then the question is getting charged from Shack Tool worth it? He's only got 35 supers, so I mean, I
Well,
think
the
yes,
issue
but
is his missile count, actually. He only has 10 missiles, and he doesn't have a good way to access all the minor items in Meridia. If he had speed, maybe, but he does not.
yeah.
So, for example, the aqueduct is not. Well, unless he knows Snail Clip, which he might. I'm not actually sure.
I think I have seen him do that before, but it's been a little while, so not 100%.
Not
Alfonso
sure.
checking the wreck ship reserve. Must not be certain on the Chozo yet.
Yeah, not having very good luck with it. Getting hit by the spikes. These do 60 damage, so he doesn't have that many attempts at this.
Yeah, it's not an easy jump to be honest, but he gets it. Sees some
It's just a
supers.
super missile. He actually has 40. Same with Zed. Gonna have 45 with this right here.
Yeah.
So he's doing pretty good on ammo.
So we do have Zeb entering Meridia. We'll see if he goes for the Shack Tool play or not.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Zeb decides to do because there's a lot of minor items in Meridia that he can check if he is committed to missiles or to finding missiles, I should say.
And he is
And
doing a gravity jump, so
Zeb is a very smart player, so he probably knows that Shack Tool has to be something, or most likely has to be something. Something that he wants, at least. It could technically be speed, which is still something he wants, but not something that opens anything up.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess Zeb is making the play that he doesn't think it's worth it to hit up Shack Tool, even though it's very likely something good. And just wants to finish off Meridia here. So we'll probably see some of those extra minor checks from him.
The other thing to remember is that he hasn't actually checked Rex ships, so for all he knows, Charge Beam could be there.
That is true. Well, Charge or Varia, I guess, could be there. Because he saw. Well, no, I guess he had. Yeah, he can't really fully deduce. I was thinking that, he did the Hell runs, and he could assume that, like, Varia is at one of the wreck ship locations, and he didn't have to do them. But if he assumes that they're E-tanks like they were, then he would kind of, know what was in wreck ship. But that would be probably a lot of on-the-fly thinking that he's probably not doing.
I think he knows that there has to be at least 2 tanks in Rex ship. He doesn't know what the third item is, though, and for all he knows, that could be speed, it could be charge, it could be Varia. There's a lot of good items it could be that he does not know.
What was the third? Oh, it was a super missile, right?
Yeah, it was the other Chozo super.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. Yeah, but we do see Pizza heading, looks like straight to Shack Tool. So Pizza, having been through Wreck Ship, a little more willing to take this gamble, it looks like.
Yeah, and we know it's gonna pay off in one way or another. It has to be speed, Varia, or charge.
And
And
Pizza,
all of those items are really good.
yeah, and really good for Pizza because he is sitting on 25 supers and has not really been willing to pick up a lot of minors, as you were saying. So he's really wanting it to be charge. Zep took a save before Dragon here. I guess, yeah, that's right, because he never went to wreck ship, so he still doesn't fully know that it's not Boss Rando.
Yeah, we'll have to see what this item is. It could be. I don't think there's any Chozo ammo packs anymore, so it has to be a major item of some sort.
Yeah, we've seen all the ammo, I believe.
So yeah, charge, Varia, bombs, space jump, or speed booster
Yeah,
have to
we've
be
seen.
at Dragon Plasma, Shack Tool, Screw Attack, and there's one more that I'm not thinking of. Behind Ridley.
Yeah, and Grapple and X-Ray are already on there. We saw all the E-tanks in reserve, so it's all good items. I mean, except for maybe bombs from here on out.
Well, there's charge. So yeah, it was the logical progression was Shack Tool into Crocomire.
Yeah, so
which is really good news for Zeb. And also still good news for Pizza because he found charge, which Zeb will most likely not check.
Yeah, because Zeb is up to 50 supers now, so at this point, not a lot of reason to check it.
There's a little fun interaction from Pizza. Charge shots won't damage Shack Tool, but the normal shots will. There is Varia.
Wow. Okay. So Varia is after Dragon, so yeah, that's the whole progression right there, laid out across the bottom of the run in our bottom runners there. Charge to Proc to Varia Dragon.
Yep. So I imagine the only item we see Zeb check will be behind Ridley. So obviously behind Ridley can't be charge because you need charge to beat Ridley with Chozo logic. But it can still be speed bombs or space jump, which are all nice luxury items, if nothing else.
Yeah. Although I feel like if it's bombs, we're not gonna see an actual pickup of that.
Well, maybe.
I mean, he's got ice already, so there's not really.
Well, I mean, he can get bombs just to, shake the Metroids off if he wants to do grouping strats to save ammo.
So, Old Man Sunshine Not in the room I would have expected him to be in. So I assume that he's still thinking it could be full rando.
Yeah, Old Man Sunshine maybe um, not being super comfortable with all the different rando types that Varya has. Might still think it's just a normal full rando instead of chozo.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is doing the hell runs though, and has some good ammo. Not missiles like all the other runners, but 30 supers and 20 power bombs. So
yeah, not too bad.
Alfonso though, having more supers than Zeb already, 55. Really,
Yeah, Alfonso has been doing a lot more minor item checks. Either maybe still thinking it could technically be full rando, or just wants the ammo because he doesn't have charge. I'm not sure, but either way, he's got a lot of supers under his belt,
yeah, and he
and he
even
is just
saw,
now entering Norfair.
yeah, he even saw a couple more supers, I think, because he saw that one erect ship he couldn't get, and I think he checked back a gauntlet, so he knows where a lot of them are.
I am interested to see what the final ammo percentage is because if I remember correctly, the ammo percentage of each type of ammo was also randomized.
Oh yeah,
So that would be why there's so many supers. Whatever the super missile was a very high number.
yeah, and the missile's surprisingly low.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
unique actually. This is kind of the opposite of how a lot of rando league seeds go with
and
the 3-2-1.
yeah, definitely. And Pizza did avoid Spazer, so did a good job. But Zeb is on his way to Lower Norfair already, and having pretty much. I
He's
mean,
betting on finding ammo at both Lower Norfair and all of the ammo he can find in Rexshed.
yeah, I mean he's got a lot of ammo checks left, but yeah, he's pretty much ready to go. He's not going to be checking too much else here.
Yeah, as much as I want to favor Pizza for having charge, I think Zeb is just too far ahead. He won't have to check anything in Rex Ship, and he just needs a lot of ammo to be go mode.
Yeah, ammo that it seemed like he's likely to find too. So and Pizza is doing his hell runs.
Yeah,
So
technically, 70-10, if I remember correctly, is enough ammo to beat Mother Rain. Somebody can.
yeah, it sounds like a number I've heard before, rarely, but heard.
Yeah, well, it doesn't usually come up because, most
yeah,
seeds have a lot of missiles, but this one does not. But yeah, you would need 6 missiles to break the tube, 3 missiles and 9 supers to kill Mother Brain 1, and then 60 to kill Mother Brain 2, so that would be enough.
oh, okay. You know, I don't know. It seems a little weird. I don't know. Maybe you don't agree, but Pizza checked the Bubble Mountain items first before going to Croc, even though he realized that like Charge Beam was at Shack Tool in the logic. So wouldn't you expect him to go to Croc first then?
The thing is, most normal people don't like going to Croc because it's one item, especially in Chozo, it's one item and there's a boss in front of it. Just because you and I might not be normal people and we like going to Croc,
So he was still banking on, maybe charges required, but maybe various still in Bubble Mountain or whatever.
Yeah, because he doesn't know that charge beam is required for progression. Because, like I said, charge is just required to kill Ridley. Like maybe there's Meridia progression behind Ridley, and
Okay. Yeah.
there's no indication that Croc is something good. Well, of course it is. He will find his ice beam and be able to finish Meridia to find Varia.
Yeah. Hey, as far as the Spazer Beam goes, it gets some love from Old Man Sunshine, who does pick it up.
Hey, somebody got the Spazer.
Yeah. Does look like it was immediately turned off, so only a few seconds of love, but all the same.
Well, anytime Spazer is equipped is good time. Zeb using some nice X-ray strats to kill the pirates.
Yeah, I never actually kind of thought about that. The way Zeb was doing it, he didn't charge it up at all. He just shot a regular shot.
Yeah, well, it's not really worth doing with Charge Beam, honestly. But without Charge Beam, it saves a good amount of time, I think. Because the pirates don't move, so you can just get all your shots in real quick.
Yeah.
But with Charge, you can do... There's a lot of nice strats you can do. You could theoretically just do the old route Metal Pirate strat. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but... Obviously, most people who run Rando don't always run any percent, but, you know, it's a nice strat.
Which one is the old route strat?
So what you do is you, like, KO through the first pirate, and then charge up a shot, and you hit both pirates with the shot. And so it kills one and damages the other. Like, it kills the second one and damages the first one, and then you can just run back and kill the first one. Or the other way around.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Because the first one jumps, it kind of lands like right next to the second one, right?
Yeah, because the second one like jumps right, and so he jumps back into the beam and dies. And then the first one jumps the other way. You hit him with the beam, and then he goes off screen. And then you charge up another shot and finish him off. It's a really nice strat. I don't know. It's pretty tough, but it's really fun.
Cool. Hey, so Tracy throwing the space jump in the chat because Zeb did pick it up.
Yep. Nice luxury item, if nothing else, from Zeb. He didn't actually check a lot of the miners in Lower Norfair, so might be committed on finding Charge, although it'd be odd that that's the case. He didn't check Screw Attack.
Yeah.
I actually see Pizza skipping supers because he has Charge Beam. Kind of funny.
Yeah. So what's it's Plasma and Screw are left. So Bombs and Speed are those two, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Plasma and Screw Attack have Bombs and Speed Booster.
Yeah. So there was a 50-50 shot then that Screw Attack was worth checking, but Plasma very far out of the way.
Yeah, I will be surprised if anyone checks Plasma, especially after finding Varia at Dragon.
Yeah. And at the rate Alfonso's going, we're not going to see a Shack Tool check there probably, because he's up to 65 supers now. Blink and he's got another 15 or 10 or whatever it is.
Yep. Just needs one more pack to be technically go mode.
Yeah.
Or at least ammo go mode. Still needs that Varia suit and Ice Beam. Meanwhile, Zeb escaping the planet. Or at least the bottom part of the planet, Lower Norfair. He'll be escaping the planet soon enough.
Wow. A lot of supers. So with that many supers just in the way, I don't even know if it was worth it for Pizza to do Shack Tool.
We'll see.
And there's another pack for Zeb. So
that is go mode, technically.
Yeah, technically go mode. Not one I want, but he might be able to do it. He's pretty good.
Yeah, generally you'd want at least a couple more supers so you don't have to go back and refill the... Because with this ammo, you would have to shoot open the doors to Mother Brain and then go refill. You'd have to at least shoot open the first 2 doors like you would in low percent ice. Whereas if he finds a couple more super packs, he will need to refill. And Zeb is very comfortable with vanilla categories, has a very good any percent time, so he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yep. And there's a couple of quick checks in the wreck ship.
Oh,
Don't
here's a cute
remember.
strat.
Oh yeah, I just learned this the other day, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so how that works is there's a trash box in the ceiling, and shooting the ceiling with wave and either spazer or plasma to have a wider beam will shoot enough of the. It'll activate enough of the trash blocks that the game just basically forgets about the speed blocks in front of you, so you just go right through them.
And I don't know if it's the official way to learn it, but you should listen for hitting the blocks and then when they stop. Because I didn't have my sound on one day and I didn't shoot enough blocks, and I only made it about halfway.
Yeah, there's actually two rooms that have those trash blocks. There's that in the room, and then there's Crocomire, actually. If you shoot up by the door during the Crocomire fight with wave, you'll hear some of the blocks. But
Oh,
unfortunately, we can't really use that in that room because the spike wall is solid. And no matter how many trash blocks you activate, I don't think you can do anything about it.
the pizza gets to microwave the shrimp today, so whoever enjoys microwave shrimp.
And Zeb is heading over to finish up the wrecked ship. He does actually have those two super missiles at the back of Gauntlet that he never picked
Yeah,
up but did check. So
which he did check. That's probably his plan. Back a gauntlet on the way.
yeah, especially with space jump, like he can just not check any miner in wrecked ship. I mean, obviously he just picks up this super missile right here at the moat. This was a super, right?
No.
No, it was an E tank. Never mind.
Yeah, there was a lot of E tanks this way. So, but pizza, he does officially hit go.
Oh, Sunshine. He is not. Oh no.
Oh no.
He got grabbed in the X-ray room and took a lot of spike damage. Not sure where he last saved. That looks pretty far back, though. Not too far back.
Yeah. But yeah, pizza's in full go mode now. Different one than Zeb because he's got the charge beam. So
Zeb is actually going to check some miners. Luckily, there's a lot of super missiles in the ship, so he will get the supers he needs either way.
yeah. So 75, 10. How many doors? 2 doors, 5 missiles.
Well, there's three
Probably less
doors.
than 3. Oh yeah, sorry. 3 doors.
So if he shoots all three, he'll have 72, 30. So he'll have an extra missile, which won't really help if he's using just supers, but he'll have a number of supers. He'll have 63, I believe.
So
Which is
he
three
has
over.
enough to do it without having to refill the doors, but he'll probably get another pack or two, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to check.
Yeah.
Like we said, he could still think that charge is in the ship. I don't think he'll check very much in the ship, but it is worth mentioning. He might check right side supers, for example, which
Yeah.
will net him another super pack for whatever that's worth. And if he's been keeping track, he'll know that the rest of the ship is nothing he needs. And I assume even if he hasn't been keeping track, he won't check it anyways.
We do see Alfonso here having a lot of supers for this gate glitch to get his ice beam, so I imagine he'll get it here pretty soon. And Fantoon already dead for Zeb, so Zeb is done with the bosses now too. Old Man Sunshine's going for that X-ray check again. Gonna be super disappointed.
Yeah, he has the grapple beam. He's doing vanilla strats, but unfortunately not having a lot of success, partially because the grapple beam is pretty difficult to use if you aren't super comfortable with how the game mechanics work.
Maybe he doesn't run with like an angle up button like some people. Because
That
he
actually
looks like
might be the case,
yeah, he looks like
judging
he's having a
by
lot of trouble.
how
I
he
mean,
was moving.
yeah, because I just hold the angle up and hit the spam that button that shoot button. So he might be running a different control scheme, makes it a little trickier.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that grapple beam is actually easier to use with underwater mechanics because you move a lot slower, and I would tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh man.
Seb's
Hopefully
80th
we can get.
super. I want to see him get more and max out the counter. If you get to 100, the counter glitches out. It's kind of funny to see.
Yeah, I have seen it once. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I've definitely done it in a practice race back in the day before I was, washed up and all that.
And Pizza is getting close to the end of the game himself. He won't really have to check anything else, and has full go mode, comfortable go mode too. So should be pretty quick to finish off Ridley and get back to Torian. But Zeb has a sizable lead here.
Yep, Zeb is not going to check Gauntlet. Doesn't need to. He has the 80 supers he needs.
Yeah, for sure.
Technically, doesn't even need to use any missiles at this point. I believe you need six hits of any kind of ammo to break the tube, and then Mother Brain won't die until you hit her 12 times, so you'll need 12 supers no matter what. So he could technically do that if he refilled, but I don't know why he'd want to.
And for some reason, Pizza is going for this really hard wall jump in worst room in the game.
Yeah, he has Spring Ball, right?
Yep.
He also has high
Oh.
jump, so it's actually not that difficult. He was just having a bit of trouble.
Oh, he does have high jump. Sorry, my mic was in front of his tracker.
Yep, it's still a bit tricky if you aren't comfortable with the new route, but it's not as difficult. It's not frame perfect, pixel perfect, at least.
Yeah, with high jump, it's a lot easier. I didn't realize he had it. My bad. But yeah, he gets it pretty quickly.
Yeah, Zeb actually doesn't need to worry too much about missing supers at the end of this. He'll have plenty. Although, obviously, he wouldn't want to have any missing, but he would be okay. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, and being full on everything, he's getting all super drops anyways. So, or 0 drops. As was the
It's more of
case
a
there.
mental thing than anything, having full ammo. I'm sure you've played the game before. Having all of your resources is a lot more comfortable
Yes.
than not.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it gets a nice D boost out of there too, off the Rinkus.
Yep, and he did get all of his ammo back in that last Metroid room. Those last few drops were kind to him.
Yep.
We see Pizza doing the same X-ray strat with the charge beam.
Yep, taking those pirates down a little quicker. And Alfonso doing a crystal flash for some reason. He was on like 5 E-tanks, but just wanted to show off a little.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess we weren't talking about him enough, so he had a crystal flash to get our attention.
Technically, if I remember correctly, doing a crystal flash will reset the RNG counter, so he could have done that before Botswood and technically guaranteed what kind of pattern he would have got.
Yeah.
That's your little trivia of how the inner workings of the game function.
Yeah, some actual RNG manipulation, huh? That's cool.
Yep. Well, that's what we'll call the crystal flash, even though I'm pretty sure he just wanted to refill.
Yeah. So Zeb did open that first door and refill, but he's gonna just super the rest. And
yep. If he doesn't miss anything, that'll put him at 69 supers. Pretty nice amount.
There you go. Always gotta have that meme number of everything.
And that'll mean 9 shots can be missed, and that should be more than enough for Zeb, who is a very good rando runner.
Yep, does open the glass with the regular missiles. Taking some calculated shots on Mother Brain 1, but you're right. 69 supers, so has a good 9 supers to give.
Yeah, that of course means he can play a little bit more liberally with his ammo, whereas if he only had a few shots to miss, he might be a little bit safer.
Yeah, and you see him even taking a few shots while getting hit and all of that, so...
Yeah, he can't do stand-up with no charge, so pretty much any damage he takes is inconsequential. He'll have to damage himself down anyways.
Yep, but he does kill Mother Brain 1, and fun. Does finish by shooting all but 1 super in the Mother Brain.
Did he turn off area? He might have. Oh, he did.
Well, looks like.
Just make means he had to do less damaging himself down, and if he got lower than 60 tanks, he could just turn Varia back on.
Yeah, Zeb having some real smart plays this round, and you know, it looks like he's, at least of the on-stream, looks like he's going to take first here, so those plays definitely paying off for him. And showing why he is in the playoffs, as you mentioned. Or still in the playoffs. So Alfonso heading into the shrimp room here, while Old Man Sunshine gets to fight some Ghost. So we got a lot of bosses on screen at the moment. Pizza, you're letting us down by not being in the boss room at the moment. Wow, Pizza lays his last powerbomb.
He's alright. He'll get to do some, he'll get to farm all the frogs that jump on him here, going through this room. Also gonna do the nice little speed tech, or lack of speed tech, I suppose.
Oh yeah, and if you do mess that up, you definitely die, because those frogs will eat you.
Well, you can kill the frogs, but you can't get out of the blocks. So
yeah.
You will have bigger problems, I suppose.
So, Zeb finishing up with Mother Brain here. Fonzia gonna go for grapple strats. Sunshine did take down Phantoon after a little rage. For a late morph and a Shack Tool in Logic seed, it's actually a pretty decent time, seems like, for Zeb.
Yeah, and I mean, also considering Zeb had no knowledge of what kind of seed he was playing until, you know, a good ways through the seed. I think he figured out it was chozo pretty quickly, but still didn't know for sure for a while.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it feels like Pizza knew first, but then Zeb shortly after, like maybe just a minute or two after it started.
I think they both knew, at least by the time they got to Red Tower, because they both went up. Or maybe that's when they decided, or that's when they figured it out, when that item was a major. So,
oh, yeah, you're true. Zeb did check up there.
And like they went up to check, and then obviously Zeb went down because he didn't know if it was boss rando or not.
Yeah.
And that ended up being the play.
Yeah, definitely.
You can see a nice left side wall climb.
There you go.
Might see a high five, actually.
Oh, yeah? Maybe if Pizza refills at the ship, they'll be at the ship at the same time. Are we gonna get it? Oh, Pizza, come on.
Pizza!
Oh, it's so close. They're both going into the ship.
We'll say it. High five at the ship.
Nice. High five at the ship.
Duns with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 3 seconds. GG.
Yeah, and GG. Zeb does take the overall win as well as the on stream. Played an excellent race, and GG to him.
And it looks like we are joined by Zeb. GG, how you feeling about that?
GG. I think my biggest regret was actually not picking up those missiles at X-Ray. Like, there, and you're like, I just want to get out of there. But there were, like, no missiles at Seed, so...
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the ammo percentage yet. I'm really interested to see what that's going to be. But so, tell me about the seed. Obviously, you didn't know what type of seed it was going in, so kind of tell me how the early game went when you kind of figured out what kind of seed you were playing.
It was Major Minor because of the screw attack at Morph Ball. Because with Chozo, normally you can only ever have Morph Ball at Morph Ball, but because it was late Morph, you can still not have Morph Ball at Morph Ball with Chozo. Also, the E-Tank in the ceiling tricked me, because that looks like a major seed. Major Minor seed. So for a little while I thought it was Major Minor, until I saw Power Bombs at Bomb Chorizo. And then I thought it was Chozo, but I wasn't 100% sure. It could have been full. It technically still could have been full, just put the items in the way it did. I don't think that's very likely. Yeah, I figured out it was Chozo.
It wasn't even late morph placement. Looking at the credits, it was actually normal. Interesting. Also, 4 missile packs. 111-4. Oh my goodness.
What?
Yep.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen a super missile that high.
That reminds me of the old seeds that French Lightning John used to roll, where he would do 119, and so it'd just be all power bombs. Anyways, I kind of
there were a lot of power bombs.
I don't know. You were saying kind of when you figured out it was Chozo.
Yeah, not sure if it would be boss randomizer or not for a while. So I went down. I went up Red Tower to get the alpha power bombs, but I went back down because I was scared it would be boss, and I didn't want to fight either Dragon or Ridley because I only had like 10 supers at the time. So I decided to go down. That way, if it wasn't Fantoon up there, like, in a really bad shape, so.
Yeah.
Yep, fortunately it worked out for you because the ship, I'm sure you figured it out, but the ship was pretty empty. Just had some health and a super pack.
I wasn't really sure. It could have had Charge Beam and it could have had Speed Booster. I'm guessing it had Charge Beam, did it?
Charge Beam was at Shack Tool, actually.
That's too. Because we got the Grapple Beam, High Jump, and Gravity pretty early, so...
Shoutouts to the
then that
second...
puts,
Shoutouts to the second Zeb skip from Pizza. Pretty nice strat there.
King Shack somewhat early, but I decided just to full clear Norfair. It felt like there was going to be something good at Shack, though.
Yeah, but Wreck Ship just ended up being... Wreck Ship ended up being the other 2 tanks to put Hell Runs in Logic, and then... So the logic was get to grapple, Shack Tool had Charge, and then Croc had Ice. And so that was the logical progression, I believe.
After I full cleared Norfair, that Speed was in Wreck Ship. Because then you could have kind of bypassed the Croc, the Ice, and just gone straight to Meridia, get your Varia suit, get out.
Oh, so you were thinking that maybe you were a little behind then?
I thought it was possible. I felt pretty good about my routing, especially if Speed wasn't in Wreck Ship, which it turned out it wasn't.
Okay.
But... other people take?
Yeah,
Did anyone go up?
yeah.
Pizza was
went up.
pretty much taking the same route as you, but he decided to go up to the ship and
Yeah,
fight Fantoon, which ended up being Fantoon. And
you
so
guys were neck and neck, and then he went up, you went down, and he full cleared ship and lost a lot of time there.
yeah, it was kind of crazy though. Like y'all did very different routes through the beginning part of the game, like up until gravity basically, and then y'all were basically synced clearing Brinstar. It was pretty bizarre to see. Like you and Pizza were pretty much
Yeah.
the same, and then Alfonso did a meme route actually. Maybe Pizza also did meme route, and then went just forward through the rest of Brinstar. It was kind of bizarre. But I guess that's what happens when Morph isn't that Morph in a Chozo seed.
Yeah.
Gravity was at
like-
charge to answer chat.
This is seen items just not be there before too in a seed.
Uh-oh.
Or like some items are just empty. Oh,
Yeah, that was a little weird too.
Okay, he's fine. So he actually did what you're supposed to
Yeah.
do there. If you get in that soft lock or the slow lock, what you're supposed to do is hold either item select or item cancel, so you aren't just shooting a hyper beam. And so he actually got out of that relatively quickly. So really smart from Pizza, knowing how to get out of that. So shout outs
like
to
that
that.
once.
Yep, of course we all remember, or most of us remember the famous. The reason we call it John Lock was I think it was John versus Cross Product when John was stuck in that for 2 hours.
Don't think I've seen that. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, he
funny
won.
that I got a 43.2% because of the missing items. Never seen a percentage, like a decimal in the percentage before.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of people do like less than 100% items. It's pretty uncommon to see, but that is the kind of seed we rolled.
Yeah. I realized well, not early, because after Pink Brinstar there wasn't a lot of miners that we could check, and like a lot of them were E-tanks. But I realized pretty early after that that it was going to be a really, really super heavy seed. Item distribution, probably.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of a difference. Pizza, he stopped picking up supers super early. He was only at 30 and just went for charge. So made a different call as far as that one goes.
Speaking of which, Pizza has done with an official time of 1:10:34, so we'll see if we can get him in for an interview as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, he did a very different early game routing and then ended up pretty much in the same spot as Zeb, which is really interesting.
Skip Gauntlet.
I
Yeah,
think
he went down to pink first and then didn't find Morph and had to go back up.
Yeah, because that's what it did. He went down, didn't find Morph, and then did meme route, but didn't go back up to check the reserve, and ended up checking that after Fantoon. I remember him resetting at it. So pretty unique early game routing. Unfortunately, didn't end up paying off because Rex Ship was not stacked.
Yep.
Just by the Chozo statues, because I thought I had checked all of them in the early game up through Pink Brinstar. So I figured one of them had to be supers, but I forgot that I wasn't able to check the very first one after Morph. Blue Brinstar. So once I realized that one had to be supers.
Yeah, a lot of like Alfonso, I saw him go back up there and get those pretty early because then he did the meme route. So yeah, people were betting on those supers for sure. Man, and Alfonso fighting Ridley with a casual, what is that, 95 supers?
95 just
Yeah.
needs one more to glitch out the counter.
Yeah, I was kind of I'm not used to having so many supers and so few missiles, so I picked up a couple of extra supers than what I needed to just for some safety because I wasn't sure about MB1 with only 10 missiles.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were going to check the because you checked the back of Gauntlet. They were 2 super packs. We were wondering if you were going to pick those up on the way down.
In a little bit worse of shape, I definitely would have, but
When it turned out, well, as it turns out, you had the exact right amount because you went into Mother Brain 2 with the 69 supers.
It was all calced for sure.
this filled the first door.
Oh, and Speed Booster
Yeah, I was scared.
Screw Attack. I didn't check in your log, but yeah, so that would have sped things up a little bit. Not really worth you checking it though.
It would have been worth, but it would have been pretty close.
Yeah.
Even after Kratos Crate, I was still pretty scared that it would be boss rando, so I took some precautions going into Dragon. I saved beforehand and I made sure I had 30 supers because I figured I could kill Ridley.
Yeah, you have enough E-tanks. Yep.
I do have some bad news. Our Old Man Sunshine and our off-screen runner Plumps have both forfeit from the race.
Oh. Yeah, Old Man, I think, really thought it was full rando still. He's still checking like major minor locations and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
we were kind of discussing that. Like, I think he is maybe doesn't know all of the little things Varia can do, so might not know about, or at least might not be very comfortable with Chozo. And here it is, though, Alfonso glitching out the super missile. There it is. Not that special, but it's neat.
Alfonso putting on a good show himself. Looks like he's going to finish up with over 100 supers.
Yeah, and he found a third missile pack, or at least picked up a third missile pack, so he's got that advantage.
Yeah, I think he picked up the one at X-Ray that you skipped, Zeb.
Yep.
I didn't see the fourth one, though.
Yeah.
There were only 4, so
Yeah.
I'm wondering where the fourth one was.
Yeah, because there was the 2 Chozo ones, and under Mother Brain. I don't know if we've seen the fourth one anywhere.
Or would be something good at X-Ray.
It'll be a mystery that we probably won't find out. It's probably somewhere in Meridia,
I really want
if I had to
their-
guess.
Yeah.
I bet you it is at your missiles.
Which missiles? I didn't hear you.
GT.
GT? Oh, yeah. Like the one you need space jump for on the other side.
Yep.
Could be.
I hope someone goes back through the seed and finds them.
Oh, sounds like Plums died at Mother Brain. That's rough.
Oh, no.
That is not how you want to end a seed, for sure.
Was that due to ammo, or do we know?
Unknown. Also seeing that Old Man Sunshine did know it was Chozo, but not super comfortable with all the Chozo locations, which is fair. Those are kind of weird if you don't know the map very well.
Well, and if you play Major Minor mostly, I mean, I saw him checking like Mama Turtle and Sandpit here. I mean, you're just kind of doing your regular checks, and they are a lot of different ones.
Yeah, because like there's also the items that aren't chozo, like all the boss reward items. So Kraid, behind Ridley, and right side supers. So that can throw you off a bit too.
I had the chozo map thing up, and I was just looking at that constantly because it was so hard to remember everything. There would be something good at X-ray, and that the early X-ray check would pay off. I learned that a while ago so that I could use it in my race against Ponk, because Ponk always does it.
Yeah, he does.
And that way I don't just lose if there's something good there. But
yeah, today you
in a way, there was something good. There was a 1 of 4 missiles.
Yep. If I had known that, I would have picked it up. I didn't.
Yeah,
I was scared I was going to have to fight Fantoon with only 5 missiles for a while.
Oh, I think Pizza did. and got like 4 or 5 fast patterns.
Yeah, he got 5 fast and a slow. It was the good patterns.
So, but yeah, you did that X-ray check, and then like your next check was grapple. It felt like.
I did really like the little health management thing you did in Norfair, where you picked up the high jump B tank, then checked ice, and then went to pick up the other high jump.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was
I
really
figured
nice.
that if ice wasn't, like I was a little bit I normally like checking ice before high jump in case there's an E-tank at high jump, but I was at like a little over 200 health, so I wasn't really that comfortable with checking ice first. So I went to high jump and I saw there were 2 E-tanks, so I figured picking one up and then picking the other one up after to help with hell runs would be good.
Yeah, that was some smart play. You had a bunch of smart plays where just little things. I mean, obviously, in the playoffs, so excellent runner. But yeah, I liked watching your plays and learning a little bit there.
Seems like we do have Old Man Sunshine in the Discord. I don't know if he's gonna join. Gonna join actual live chat.
Gotta get something to eat. So, see you guys later.
Hello.
Yeah, great race.
Hello.
Sorry I wasn't more entertaining.
Oh, it's all right. We can't always be.
Yeah, I realized somewhat into this heat. I was like, oh, all the progression's only at chozo. I guess it's chozo logic. But I still wanted more small missiles, but apparently there weren't many of them, if I read chat right.
Yeah,
there were 4.
4. That would have been fun since I have trouble with Zeb skip as well.
Well, you would have had plenty of supers at least.
Yeah, that's true.
You could have just done what Alfonso did and get 100 supers and super through everything here at the end of the game.
Yeah. Didn't help that I had that trouble with screw attack and front of gauntlet to start with. But that's a little difficult.
Yeah.
Kind of talk me through how you did early game, like how everything ended up working out, like what you were thinking through it.
Well, I wasn't totally ready for how rando this would be. I haven't been playing many of these weeklies, so it took me a while to figure out, oh, wait a minute, progression's only at the chozos. Fortunately, I caught that. But early on, I still wanted to get the minor ammunition, so that's why I kept going through those locations as well.
Oh, okay, for ammo.
Yeah, and then I messed up trying to get to wreck ship earlier. First, I forgot I had gravity, and then I forgot I couldn't get up there. So, Yeah, I don't think there's a way to get up there with just high jump unless you do continuous wall jump. Is there?
To get up where?
The ledge, the moat.
You could do a gravity jump. You said you had gravity, right? Or not?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
Yeah, you can do a gravity jump.
It's a little tight without high jump, but it's not that hard.
Okay, I see it now. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some people do it like from the right side, but I always do it from the left, close to that pole.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's that, and then there's what Pizza did with the spring ball jump.
That was the other thing I was thinking about. I don't know that trick yet, so dang.
Yeah,
And
Pizza actually tried the gravity jump several times and then failed it and went and did the spring ball jump like first try.
Yeah, well, I tried a lot getting into Gauntlet, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do Croc because I thought I didn't have enough missiles to get that gate open. And, well, I could have done it, I suppose, but I decided to skip it. And, well, look what that got me.
Yeah. Yeah, Croc. Yeah, the progression was like... Oh, and Alfonso
actually just giving up on Zeb Skip. He's got the
Just-
super.
Yeah, just supering everything. This is
Super all the
fantastic.
things.
Actually, it's still having 80 supers left over getting through the Zebs.
You'll have enough.
The
for
seed is
Butterbrain.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I kept seeing supers. I was like, okay, I got plenty, thanks.
Yeah, most people did chargeless, but Pizza actually stopped picking them up and did charge beam over at Shack Tool.
That's what was that Shack Tool. Okay.
Yeah, the progression was like Shack Tool had charge, then Croc had ice, then Dragon had Varia. So
Yeah, and I can't do the Shack Tool thing with the X-ray. I don't know the name of that trick.
X-ray climbing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I could have maybe done what's it called?
But you had a high jump and grapple, so you just jump up through there.
Oh, you can do that. Oh, I didn't think I could.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I can remember that then. Oh,
Yeah,
thank
with high
goodness, this is becoming very helpful for me.
Yeah, with high jumping, you just grapple the block out and then you high jump in there. It's a little tricky, but you could get it after a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's no way I can make that.
Yeah. Or you could even, I mean, I don't know if you do any spring ball jumps, but
I haven't
sometimes
learned yet.
people
I'm
do.
going to now.
Some people do spring ball jumps, so, people that are crazy. Or,
This would be a very good review for me that I can learn some more tricks and hopefully do better next time.
yeah.
But I want to thank y'all for restreaming me, and like I said, hopefully next time I'll put it on a better show.
Oh, yeah, no, thanks for joining us and being on stream and giving it a go here. It wasn't necessarily an easy seed, so the Shack Tool required, sort of. Always got to have some troll in there.
Especially with Chozo.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'll let you guys go on. Thanks much.
Yeah, have a good one. So just Alfonso remains.
Yep, and he has all but finished the game. Just needs to get back to the ship after Mother Brain 3. Has to get one more baby cutscene.
So while there is a little bit of a lull, I do believe that tomorrow, I think starting at 8 o'clock, we're going to have another playoff match for the Randomizer League. I
Yep.
believe it's Kip versus Sloters, which should be awesome.
Yep, Kip versus Sloters gonna be doing a full best of 3, all 3 matches if it comes down to it.
Yeah,
And the winner
So
will
definitely-
advance to the finals. So
yeah.
go check it out.
It's the first semifinal series. It's Kip versus Sloters, which is always a good. They seem to have a good dynamic. A little trash talking happening the other day on Sloters during Sloters. Quarterfinal races. So yeah, it should be a good time. Definitely join us back here. It'll be on one of the speed gamings. Doesn't look like it's been decided which, but on one of the speed gamings tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Anything? You know when if anything's happening with that Ponk match? Doesn't he still have to finish?
So I believe, yeah, Ponk raced Zeb once, but he was having computer issues, so I don't think we've heard anything else about it. So I think Zeb's still 1-0.
Yeah, because I know Aster's waiting to schedule that semifinal match and get into his finals. I think he's been in the finals a couple times, so. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll see some Ponk. It's Ponk versus Zeb, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, all the other tournaments going on in speed gaming. What is it? What's going on? Like a Link to the Past one, I think, right? They're having their rando finals as well.
Not sure. I don't really follow Link to the Past rando. There's a speed gaming schedule. You should be looking at it, but I never do.
Yeah. I don't know. I got so many windows open. It's probably somewhere in one of these. But in any case, Alfonso does make it off the planet here, rounding out our finishing racers here with an official SRL time, as soon as he's on the chip here, of 1:29:06. So GG to Alfonso. He played a great race and showed us a good number of supers at 100.
This is interesting. So apparently if you type in speedgaming.com, it redirects to some guy's like political essay website. I didn't know that. Very cool.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Now, of course, if you type in speedgaming.org, you get what you actually want, as in the schedule.
There we go.
So on Speed Gaming 2, we have. It looks like we don't have anything on Speed Gaming 2 until 3 o'clock. We have a Link to the Past randomizer something. I think Alfonso has our stream open, so I'm hearing myself.
And yeah, and I know I think Tracy said there was some Super Metroid Link to the Past stuff going on around that time as well. So definitely tune into some more speed gamings for all that action. And it looks like we are about to be joined by Alfonso. Get some final
We've
thoughts.
got another little bit before the Link to the Past randomizer stuff starts. So
yeah.
Welcome, Alfonso.
Hello, wow. I'm just seeing the thing. It says 4 missile packs, and I saw them all.
Where was the fourth one?
The fourth one is at, well, I checked X-Ray, and that's the only one I didn't pick up because I reset.
Okay.
Where were the other 3 then? Because there's one we're trying to figure out that we didn't see.
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
It's been so long.
You were the chosen one.
Because yeah, we saw Chozo. We saw the 2 Chozo statues. That's including X-Ray, and then the one
Old Mother Brain.
Yeah, Old Mother Brain. That's what we saw. So we missed your other pickup then.
Oh, and I'm just seeing where Charge Beam was. Oh boy.
Yeah, we did have a couple people pick up Charge, actually.
Yeah, and it was progression on this seed, so like Pizza did pick it up to kind of seemed like he figured it out.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be progression into Croc because I figured out very late it was Chozo, but I figured if I needed Charge Beam to get into Croc, I could probably just check Croc since I was already committing to ammo at that point.
Yeah. When did you figure out it was Chozo then?
I don't know. I think it was once I saw the item at right side Croc, and then the item at Grapple.
Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a fun one to watch. We got to see you hit the 100 super mark. Not something you see every day.
No, that was like I had 95, and then someone in SRL chat said, "I hope he gets 100." So I just checked like the easiest check to see, and then it was super. So I picked it up for the memes at that point.
Nice. I thought that might have been the case because you did end with that nice even hunt, and you skipped a couple checks that were definitely supers that we'd already seen.
Yeah, like at that point, I knew I had enough ammo, but I think the last check I checked was the quickest one to check. So
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, the I liked the morph ball at Gauntlet. I was afraid I'd get stuck without morph ball if I was crouched down using the screw attack to get there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that actually did happen to Old Man Sunshine at one point. He had to reset and do that again.
Oh boy.
yeah. He had a tough go of it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's always good to see people attempting runs. I probably wouldn't recommend this for a beginner. if he was one. He said he was just doing it for fun, which is pretty fun.
yeah. He looked maybe out of practice, but not necessarily like it looked like he'd played before, just not kept up with the rando logics and stuff for this season.
Yeah, I'm guessing if he was up there, he must have been able to do the wall jump to get up there.
Yeah,
And that became surprisingly easy after a lot of practice, so
All right. Well, I think we're about to wrap this up. So, any final thoughts on the seed? Anything else you want to?
oh yeah, the one thing I remember doing was missing wave gate a lot and running out of supers, and I just decided to skip that after I missed it twice because figured if it's something, I'll have to come back and get it eventually. But luckily, I later found out it was chozo seed, so luckily nothing was there.
yeah, and
Probably supers.
yeah, and I think Derp said something about doing the turnaround method in that door. It's a little more consistent. Might want to give that a try at some point.
Yeah. I usually get it, but I guess I was just a little bit nervous from the race.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, you still had a good time. I mean, you didn't. There were other people didn't even finish. So definitely excellent race, and it was a good show from you. So I'm glad you joined us here today.
Yeah. I took a lot of gambles. Like, I think the X-ray check was like the big gamble. I was gonna see if that was Varia, then I was pretty good, but I didn't want to check the rest of Norfair without checking that first. So I saved that Get Business Center just in case it wasn't anything. And
Yeah.
I think those were the pack of missiles that I didn't pick up.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty.
But yeah, that was a fun seed. I hope to do it again next week.
Definitely. Thanks for joining, and thanks for running. I have a good rest of the day there.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, it was an excellent race today, and saw some interesting stuff. Any last thoughts from you, Derp?
No, not really.
All
Just
right.
if you want to see more rando stuff, there's the SMZ3 rando on Speed Gaming 3 at 3 p.m. and then the link to the past randomizer tournament here at 3:20. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, definitely. And again, thanks to Tracy for everything, but also for doing our tracking, making sure all those icons light up all nice and pretty. And yeah, thanks for everyone for joining us.